Welcome back to part 10 of Hogwarts Legacy. My name is Slayballer919, and today we are going to finish the Daedalian's quest. We are going to finish the Man Behind the Moon's quest and get Alohomora 3. We have a quest right here that says that we are going to go talk to the muttering man behind the three broomsticks. And then we also have a owl that we received from Sebastian. He wants us to go meet him at Feldcroft. And we also accidentally started a quest with Deke last episode, where we went to go to the Room of Requirement. I believe it was to just get plants, but started the quest. So now we gotta go back to the Room of Requirement, finish what we started. And with all that said, let's get into it and go talk to the muttering man behind the three broomsticks and hopefully not get murdered.
I'll fix him, that charm grinder.
Oh.
Sir, is everything all right?
How kind of you to ask. The name's Ackley Barnes, and no, it is not. I'm plotting a sort of revenge against my ex-business partner, a conniving fiend by the name of Alfred Lawley. He cut me out of our herbology supply business, just as we were getting started. Said I was too volatile to work with. I'll show him volatile.
That must have been frustrating for you.
Yes, it was.
Frustrating.
Terribly.
Oh,
I'm
her
simply
hair is getting
passionate
messed
about
up
my
again.
work. Supercilious fool. He's passionate about things too, as I intend to remind him by relieving him of his prized possession. A venomous tentacula he's grown from a seedling that was to be the keystone of our business venture. I can't get anywhere near it with Ruth Singer watching me like an augury. Lawley's doing, no doubt. But no one would suspect a student. How would you feel about committing some grand plant larceny?
You said Mr. Lawley was your ex-business partner. What were you working on?
I had an idea to train venomous tentacula, create guard plants, if you will, that attacked when ordered. We hit a snag when one ate Lawley's Kneasel. After that, he cut me out of the business, the short-sighted fiend.
Why do you need Mr. Lawley's venomous tentacula in particular?
Simple. If I have it, then Lawley doesn't. Ergo, I can launch my business, and he must start all over again. I'm killing two snidgets with one stone.
What else is in Mr. Lawley's cellar?
All of Lawley's herbology supplies. He has quite the collection. Fill your pockets while you're there. Or to slow him down for a bit, and I can get my business going minus any competition.
If you say
I'll
so.
get the venomous tentacula for you.
Marvelous. I know a fellow seeker
Oh
of
no,
justice
I
when
just
I
want
see
the
one.
extra stuff.
Take as many
I don't
herbology
really
supplies as you like while you're in this cellar.
I don't really care about
All I
justice.
ask is that you bring me the venomous tentacula. Remember, I just need that venomous tentacula.
Yes, and I need everything else in the cellar.
Seems I need to find Mr. Lawley's cellar. This must be it.
Oh. Why did the... That was weird.
This must be the cellar. Now, to find that venomous tentacula.
How he didn't see come down the stairs?
Better not let Mr. Lawley see me.
Of course I can't grab the coins.
Revelio.
I can grab those coins, though.
Where is that venomous tentacula?
I love just sneaking into people's houses and stealing from them. It really brings in the fact that we're like 15.
So many spiders. I wonder if they haven't taken over the whole house.
Joke's on Lawley if he thought that keeping spiders down here to protect his stuff would help. I use spider fangs for potion.
Now that I have the venomous tentacula, I should return to Mr. Barnes.
Alright, I already know that that gold over there I can't pick up, so we're not even gonna bother with it, and we're just gonna leave. Not get caught.
Completed that errand for me yet?
No.
Hello, Mr. Barnes. I have that venomous tentacula.
Wish I could see Lawley's face when he realizes his prized possession is gone. We'll see who's volatile now. Well done. I'll take it off your hands now.
This is an adult asking a child. I want to get
It
paid.
wasn't as easy to come by as I had expected. I'd like to be paid for my troubles.
Only fair, I suppose. I can respect your business
That's what I like to
acumen.
hear.
Here's a little something for your next trip to Zonko's. Thank you again for your help. I suspect you have a bright future.
I use my money for other things than Zonko's. I'm not your typical 15-year-old, 16-year-old, however old I am. When is the main character's birthday? Who knows? Who knows who the main character's parents are? Or family? Or anything about them? Alright, we only need to find 3 more daedalian keys. Here we go.
Brilliant!
Oh. Okay. Boris the Bewildered. This statue of a lost-looking wizard known as Boris the Bewildered has perplexed students for ages. Is he coming or going? Is he at the beginning of a journey or at the end? Perhaps we shall never know. Yeah, he does look pretty bewildered. There are paintings on the ceiling. Alright, one more. Dude. Unintentional, but we'll take it. Clock mechanics. While the moving gears of the clock tower's inner mechanics serve as a deterrent to many, others find the privacy offered by the cogs and wheels appealing. There's the key. Oh, not there. There. Oh, there she is. Hi.
That's it.
That is it. Now we can go return it to our house chest and deposit the tokens.
Another house token for the house chest. Token. Time to see what's inside.
Oh, sick.
Wow, look at that. Thanks goes to the former headmistress, Eupraxia Mole.
Alrighty. Here she is. And then, get this. It glows when you cast a spell. I'm not the biggest fan of them. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's cool. But, like, it's a lot of work for kind of an ugly cloak. But that's just me.
Were you able to follow one of the daedalian keys?
1? I followed 16.
Hello, Nelly. Actually, I've found all of the keys and opened my house chest.
Oh, wonderful. What did you find?
I found a rather interesting costume.
Brilliant. Whew. Well, thank you for solving that mystery for me. I always wondered what those keys would lead to.
You don't want to see what the costume was?
Revelio.
Gorgon Portrait. An oil painting of a beautiful Gorgon and her suitor, whose eyes are wisely averted as he bends to kiss her hand. It is said that the artist who painted this accidentally gazed at his subject when he delivered the painting and is now forever a sculpture in a garden in Greece. What a silly guy.
What do we have here? A demiguise.
It's not nighttime anymore.
Mine now, demiguise.
Yep. Alright, so that's 3 moons that we have in our inventory, so we need to find 10 more. And I'm guessing I am almost out of places at Hogwarts, so I'm gonna have to go to Hogsmeade here shortly.
You thought? If you thought more while we were alive, I wouldn't be trapped here with you. Now, excuse me.
Good thing it's a big castle, my guy. You can get away. So can she. And also, Jackdaw can, like, roam as a ghost. Why can't they? See, I ask the questions that need to be answered. You know what I mean? Like, I ask the questions that you wouldn't think that you need to ask. I ask the questions that you didn't know you wanted the answers for. Unfortunately, I can't give you the answers though because I'm asking the question itself. Anyway, attention! I have been advised that various members of staff would like to organize a social gathering. I have no objection to this and shall leave it to those so inclined to fraternize, ensuring that such activities fall outside of school hours, of course, and that nothing so jovial as to disrupt my concentration should occur. Likely I shall be busy on the date, but will review the invitation when I recognize that my absence will mar the engagement. Also, 1/2 of an hour should be. Please be mindful that any sort of musical presence would be strictly prohibited. Phineas Nigelis Black, Headmaster. P.S. No confectionery shall be served lest they attract a stray rat or measle. Also, please try to limit the number involved in this frivolity to 4. Boggart closet. This old cupboard is said to have once contained a powerful boggart that 5 professors working together could barely repel as it shifted among werewolf, tornado, a plate of haggis, a Hungarian horntail, and someone's mother-in-law. Why are there so many Iron Maidens around here? It just seems like extremely dangerous to be kept at a school. What about bullies? Dear Professor Howen, I would be more than happy to take any excess puffskein hair from you. I could collect it when I next make a delivery to the castle. Sounds as if you have plenty for your classroom needs. Perhaps you might even have time for a cup of tea. A little bird told me that I once encountered an Occamy. I can't say I'd mind hearing about that. I once encountered a young Welsh green while I was collecting toad hide in the west. Of course, it could have been a baby wyvern, hard to tell at that age. Anyway, not for the faint of heart, is it, this life with magical beasts? Looking forward to your response, Ellie Peck. We have 5 in our inventory, so we only need 8 more. Mine now, demiguise.
Revelio.
3 broomsticks private room. The 3 broomsticks private room is a secluded space off the main room of the pub. Hogwarts professors appreciate having a separate area in which to gather to avoid encountering students. Perhaps unsurprisingly, the students appreciate their professors having a separate area as well. Not gonna lie, I was going to immediately assume that the private room was for something not as innocent as professors just wanting a separate room. And I was about to be like, the Hog's Head doesn't even have a separate room. Nobody's in the pub at nighttime but Serona.
Lawley's none too pleased. Seems he's been burgled. I shall pretend I never heard the rumours of your involvement.
Why are there rumors of my
Folks
involvement?
still talk about you taking down that troll in the village, sir. You certainly made an impression.
Alright, I'm leaving. I don't need to hear more. Fine now, demiguise. People of Hogsmeade started padlocking their homes to stop me from thieving. If it doesn't work, I will take your collectibles, I will take your clothes, and I will take your money, your potions, and your daughter. Oh, wow. Now that... gorgeous. I wish I was a morning bird. Whoa! Excuse me. Witches. Am I right?
What do we have here? A demiguise.
I think the nighttime is a lot shorter time, because that was really fast. Alrighty, that is 9 demiguise statues for Hogsmeade. I already see her.
Rock's loyalists out of Lower Hogsfield. Yes, I thought that was you. Well done.
Were you looking at me through the window? Like, talking to me through the window? Wild. Just like that, we got 13 moons and we're about to get Alohomora through.
Those demiguise statues. Someone must.
Yeah, you.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
You're the one with the
Oh,
problems.
greetings. Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I actually have some moons for you.
Dear me, you have been busy. Incredible. Thank
Oh my gosh,
you.
the way he said
You're ready
dear
for the
me
final
sounded like
Alohomora
then
lesson.
me.
With
Guys.
this knowledge, no lock shall ever stand in your way. You have done all I asked. I only wish I knew who put those statues everywhere in the first place. Alas. If you do find more, please feel free to remove them. You'll be doing your caretaker a huge service. And if I ever find out who the bully is behind this cruel trick, I shall let you know. Thank you once again for your assistance and tenacity. Now that you've mastered Alahamora, no lock is unbreakable. But do feel free to keep finding demiguise statues and removing those moons.
The quest isn't even done. I have to wait to hear from him. Bruh.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect. Deke loves an outing. That was a dark time in Deke's life. Deke found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good. Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right. Arresto momentum. Levioso. Arresto momentum.
You got one!
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be careful. Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
What if I can't find any beasts in their usual habitat?
Beasts won't stray too far from their homes. Look nearby or simply wait a moment, and they should return.
Do you have any advice on how I can rescue more elusive beasts?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally hard to catch. Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small or otherwise elusive beast.
Would you mind talking a bit more about what it was like working for your former master?
Deke's master was not kind to beasts, or to Deke. He saw beasts only as a source of income, to be used for potion ingredients and labor, and Deke will not say more. But Deke is grateful to be at Hogwarts, where he can help care for beasts and make amends for the things his master made him do.
Then I shall go and rescue a jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
Levioso. Arresto momentum. Everything's all right now. I rescued a jobberknoll.
Deke hopes
Multiple.
your jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon.
Like demiguises.
Unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
How did you end up at Hogwarts after working for your former master?
Deke's prior master had no family, so when he died, all of his house elves were relocated by the ministry. Deke was the most fortunate one, as Deke was sent to Hogwarts. Deke's friends were not as fortunate.
I shall go and find a moon calf then.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Deke's friends had a horrible fate, and I don't want to talk about it. I'll go and rescue Mooncalf then. Oh my gosh.
Arresto momentum. Levioso. Everything's all right now. It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast,
I have
safe
like
and
8
sound.
moon calves.
Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes you're finished here. He'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready. There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But, not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of?
Greenhouse, I guess.
Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready. Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them. Let them see their new home.
Okay, so we'll release the shiny one. Yeah.
Oh, oh! Deke thinks the vivarium will be a fitting new home for your beasts.
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space for all of them.
Deke hopes so too. But if you do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help to find safe homes for them.
Any beasts the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care
Well,
for
I know where
beasts
I'm going
in need,
after this
and
quest.
she'll give you a fair price for them. Speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with valuable magical materials, such as puffskein hair, for example. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts, Deke can show you how to use them.
Very well. I shall let you know when I have some.
I love the way the puffskein sticks its head out. Just sticks its tongue out.
I've collected some magical materials, Deke.
Now Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom.
An enchanted loom?
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into the very threads of your clothing, making your clothing more useful in a variety of ways. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do.
I'll go and experiment with the loom now.
D6, alright. Upgrade it. Okay, and ooh. Increased Chinese chomping cabbages. I like that.
That came out nicely. I should show Deke. I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Will I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
Can I use the loom to enhance any item of clothing?
The loom will only enhance clothing of a certain quality. Deke suspects you'll find more valuable clothing as you explore. Deke also knows that some of the shops in Hogsmeade can provide you with a variety of clothing for you to enhance.
Thank you for your help, Deke.
Hello. Mind you don't turn quick. If you're stuck with a Duracell feather, it doesn't half hurt.
Food and Peck. Proprietor Ellie Peck is a fierce protector of beasts and will give you a fair price for any beasts in need of a safe home. Brood and Peck is a shop to visit for beast byproducts like fooper feathers and niffler fur. Oh my gosh, why did I come here? I should have gone to... I need to go back because I don't know. I don't remember if my beasts were female or male. Okay, so Puffskein the male. So we'll give a female. Jobberknoll. So I guess we'll do that one. And then Mooncalf, we need male. I like this guy's eyes. Huge. Should I name them? I think I'm gonna name them. Okay. Alright, so female Jobberknoll. Jasmine. Female Puffskein. Holly. Male Mooncalf. Mance Raider. A female Mooncalf. Molly. A male Puffskein. Peter. Jon Snow. Is that Puffskein swimming? Peter! I like how even the vivariums give you, like, ingredients. And fun fact, if you didn't know it, the vivarium give you collection chests. If you're ever confused about where to find your collection chests at the end of the game, like, wow, I can't find these. They're in your vivarium. You have to search, like, the outskirts of every single vivarium. It's kind of a pain, but also at the same time, it's kind of cool that they did it like that. So that way you get to see.
I suspect you are the one who has been interfering with a rather personal matter. The demiguise statues and the moons contained therein were placed as they were for good reason. You should not meddle in the personal affairs of others.
Revelio.
Well,
I don't think Mr. Pemberton meant to use his own stationery. He knows something about those demiguise moons. He's in Hogsmeade, apparently. Perhaps I shall pay him a visit.
yeah, let's go visit the man who's threatening us. Sounds like a great idea. Alrighty, now it is time to finally answer Sebastian's owl, asking us to go visit him at Feldcroft to with his sister Anna. Yay! I can't believe he wants us to meet his family. Oh my god. Wow, that fall was nothing to my girl Isabella.
You made it.
Yes, I did.
Enjoying the view?
Keeping an eye on things. Feldcroft isn't what it used to be. No one has felt safe here since Ranrock's loyalists took a peculiar interest in that castle over there. Rookwood Castle. My uncle Solomon is a former Auror and refuses to look into it, even after Anne was cursed by one of them. Possibly with a wand, no less.
I heard a goblin refer to wizard kind as wand carriers. Are goblins forbidden from carrying wands?
Precisely. That's why I'm on the hunt for answers. If I'm to cure her, I need to understand what happened to her. Anne was always the most mischievous of the three of us. Which is saying something, knowing me and Ominous. I'm hoping a surprise visit from me and a new friend from Hogwarts will help lift her spirits. Bring back the Anne I used to know. Come on, I'll take you to my uncle's. This way.
Oh boy, can't wait. You drinking up here. Is that what you were doing?
Feldcroft used to be a lot livelier. With Ranrock's lot wandering about all the time, everyone stays out of sight. Here we are. My sister should be just inside.
I'm going in alone. Okay.
Aha! Sebastian, where did you...
Is that what I think it is?
We've been over this, boy.
Hey.
Shrivelfigs cannot reverse a curse. Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
But we haven't tried everything.
There is no cure! When will
Welcome
you
home
accept
to
that?
you
Never.
too.
I can never accept it.
Now look what you've done.
I'm sorry.
Leave.
I'm sorry you had to see that. If you don't mind, I just need a moment alone.
Poor Sebastian. Not the visit he'd hoped for.
I don't want to talk to these people, Sebastian. I don't know them.
I'm sorry about earlier. Those bouts of pain are difficult to bear.
Are you all right, Anne? I didn't mean to intrude.
You didn't, truly. And I'm all right. The pain from this curse comes in bouts, and often suddenly. It's not anyone's fault. It's nice to meet you, by the way. You must be the new 5th year Sebastian told me about.
I am. Sebastian and I met during a rather lively duel in defense against the dark arts.
Oh dear, Professor Hecat. She's a powerful witch. And she knows how to keep students like my brother, and me, in line. I do miss Hogwarts, but I wouldn't mind being in Feldcroft really if it wasn't so dreary now. Between the goblins at the castle and my uncle fighting with Sebastian whenever he's home, it's not the cozy retreat it once was.
Sebastian mentioned something about your uncle being an ex-Auror, but refusing to go after Ranrock's loyalists. I must say, I wasn't prepared for him to be as angry as he was.
Uncle Solomon is frustrated by what happened to me, and by Sebastian for thinking he can fix it. They both mean well, I know they do, but my uncle is right. This curse cannot be undone. I can feel it. Sebastian cannot take away my pain. Perhaps you can help him to understand that.
I'll do my best. I can promise to speak with him about it.
Thank you. His search for a cure is futile, I'm afraid. I'm getting tired. I should probably rest. Thank you for stopping by.
Sebastian, this is my potion kit, not your things. Anne. Dear Anne, Hogwarts isn't the same without you. Well, sharp is still as foul, but you know what I mean. I hope you're feeling better, Sebastian.
That boy will fray my last nerve.
Excuse me, Mr. Sallow.
Oh, yes, Sebastian's friend. I apologize on behalf of my nephew. He doesn't know when to stop. I was about to check on Anne. Did I see you come from the house? How is she?
She's all right. She said she was going to rest.
Nothing can be done for her.
I'm so sorry. I understand you've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's to no avail.
We have. My nephew thinks he knows better than the healers.
Perhaps the healers don't know everything, sir. Sebastian is single-mindedly focused on finding a way to help his sister. If there is a cure, he will find it.
Your faith in Sebastian is misplaced. Some sort of dark magic cursed Anne, and the goblins aren't likely to explain themselves anytime soon. Giving her hope is cruel. The only thing to do now is keep Anne comfortable and stay out of the Loyalists' way.
I understand what you're saying, sir.
Good. I know what's best for Anne and Sebastian. They are my stubborn brother's children. Especially Sebastian. If you really want to be of help, you'll make sure Sebastian does what he should do, not what he wants to do. He's no idea the harm he could do if he doesn't stop. I hope you remember what I've said. Good day.
I ought to see how Sebastian's faring.
Why will he not listen to me? She's my sister.
How are you doing, Sebastian?
You got a first-hand glance at what I'm dealing with. I apologize for my uncle.
I know he's angry, but he's only trying to do what he thinks is best for Anne.
He's always angry. He's been angry since my parents died. After Anne was hurt, he only grew worse. It's as though he blames me somehow, always calling me my father's son, as if that's an insult. I'm the one trying to help her. He's simply given up.
Both Anne and your uncle seem genuinely convinced that nothing more can be done for her.
I refuse to believe that. Anne's pain is more than physical. It has changed her entirely. I miss my sister.
Yeah, pain. That too.
And I'm going to get her back. Come with me. I need to show you where it happened. Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize. They should not be underestimated. All the debris you'll see is from whatever's going on at that abandoned estate.
Really?
They've been digging for something.
How much longer are we expected to dig through this rubble? Ranrock knows what he's doing. It's an honor to be a part of it.
Confringo!
Good work, Sebastian. Good up.
Idiot! You've made your last mistake.
I confess, that was a bit more than I'd bargained for. I tried to warn you.
Tried to warn me, buddy. You're the one that took me up here.
Those loyalists deserved what they got.
Couldn't agree more. This is where it happened. We smelled smoke in the middle of the night. When we looked outside, flames were shooting from the estate. Before my uncle and I could stop her, Anne rushed out, racing towards the fire, worried someone had been hurt. She came face to face with a horde of goblins, frantically trying to stamp out the flames. Suddenly, an icy voice drifted out from somewhere in the smoke. Children should be seen and not heard. A blinding blast followed. They didn't even give
This
her
is
a
really
chance to
upbeat
run.
music.
Seems an awfully violent response to a child wandering by. What were they trying to hide?
My thoughts exactly. It may be grasping at Billywigs, but I keep thinking that there might be something here that could lead me to whoever cursed Anne. Might be the only way to learn what type of magic harmed her, which could help me find a cure.
Perhaps you're right. The Loyalists are everywhere, but they do seem to be spending a lot of time here, and it's likely they're hiding something.
And at Rookwood Castle. Shall we have a look around? They seem to have set up camp here for a specific reason. They have stations for everything.
Whose home was this?
Been abandoned long since I've lived here. Rumor was a Hogwarts professor lived here once, centuries ago. But that's all I ever heard.
Maybe Professor Rookwood.
I've heard that goblin dig sites like these are popping up everywhere.
It's a wonder the Ministry isn't doing more. Always armed and ready for a fight, Ranrock's Loyalists.
It might be
Huge
worth taking
weapon.
a closer look at the house itself.
This well looks familiar. Sebastian, I've seen this before. The house, the well, the view.
What do you mean? When?
Give me a moment. I'll explain in a second. Sebastian, over here. Do you think this was damaged
When did you
by
get
the fire
there?
the night that Anne was cursed?
Could be. But it looks to me as though this was intentional.
Sebastian, this house did belong to a Hogwarts professor. Hundreds of years ago.
Who? What do you...
I found a pensive that day in the restricted section with a memory that showed this house. There was a little girl and a drought. The keepers have shown me other memories as well. The girl became a Hogwarts professor. Her name was Isadora Morganach. She was one of the keepers.
The keepers? Like in Quidditch? And you found a pensive in the library? I'm not following you.
I realize it's a lot to take in. I'm not even sure I understand it all yet. And no, not like Quidditch. They call themselves keepers because they're protecting some type of knowledge. It all has to do with the vault at Gringotts.
Let me see if I've got this straight. You have Ranrock and Rookwood after you because of something you found at Gringotts where you ended up via a port key. You can see traces of an ancient magic that you think Ranrock is trying to harness. And now you've been witnessing memories left by keepers. Oh, and this house belonged to a Hogwarts professor who was one of these non-Quidditch keepers hundreds of years ago. If I didn't know you, I'd think you were pulling my leg.
It is all a bit much, isn't it? When you put it like that. The point is, we both have good reason to search this house. You for answers about what happened to Anne, and me for answers about the keepers.
Look at this.
Someone piled this here for a reason. Is it blocking something?
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, break it, Sebastian. Or not. Do everything.
Why bother blocking a stairwell?
There might be something here worth a closer look.
They've left all of this simply strewn about. Tells me they're after something bigger.
It is my second week in the camp. More arrive each day. The Muggle doctors and even some of our own healers are doing all that they can for them. The grief is palpable. The ones who survived the plague are forever damaged by their loss. A fever may pass, the skin may mend and scar, but the devastating sorrow remains. I saw a man, much like my father, who had lost a child. I couldn't bear it. I longed to give him some thread of relief. I'm beginning to think that the others are wrong. I have the power to help these souls. It seems as arbitrary not to help them as it would to be rid of their torment.
A journal entry of Isadora's. I should hold on to this.
I traveled here to learn, but I long to help. My internal struggle is overwhelming. It's as though the magic wants to heal, and I'm the one preventing it from doing so. Should I lose hope? Will I forever regret not having done more? I cannot look into their eyes knowing that I could lessen the burden of heartache. I saw the man leaving camp today, the one who so reminded me of my father. Surely it wouldn't hurt to help him. I could further my research, of course, but that would be a fortuitous consequence of doing something good with this ability.
Seems these journal entries are from Isadora's travels.
I just realized I said that word wrong. Fortuitous.
You're not going to believe this. I can see the Undercroft.
What? A daydream? Because that happens to me too.
Did I say a daydream?
I know it sounds strange,
Honestly, nothing you say sounds strange to me anymore.
Fair enough. I can see the Undercroft through this stone wall, as though it's a window. This has happened before.
I'm listening.
I think it's to do with my ability to see traces of ancient magic.
But you said you didn't really understand it, and that you couldn't wield it.
That's true, and I'm still not sure what it all means. What I do know is that my ability allows me to travel through these windows I see.
Wait. We can get straight to the Undercroft from here. Ominous will be floored.
We can, but perhaps best not to tell anyone else about this for now. Even Ominous.
Understood. Well then, invisible, secret, ancient magic passageway? Here we come. I'm tempted to hold my breath.
And do it.
Why would the door lead us here?
Sebastian, look. Why hide a triptych here?
Seems as if something's missing.
A note. Let's have a look.
Ah, yes. Very intriguing.
Anything helpful in the note?
A rune symbol. I've seen similar symbols used by the Keepers.
I've been thinking. A keeper lived in that house centuries ago, and Ranrock and his lot have been searching there. You said that goblins may be wielding some form of this ancient magic. Do you think Anne was cursed by ancient magic?
I can't be sure, of course, but I don't think so. I didn't see any traces of it around your sister.
Very well. But that doesn't mean it's not ancient magic. There's still so much we don't know about it.
True. Perhaps this triptych will lead us to answers.
Then we'll have to unravel what this all means. But now I need to see Ominous. Don't worry, I won't tell him anything. Did I mention that, apparently, Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here, in Hogwarts?
You did not. Sounds worth looking into. Any idea where in the castle?
No idea. Ominous just learned of it. I'll let you know what I find out. I had no idea our visit to see Anne would unfold into all of this. My head's an utter mess. But I'm glad you told me everything you did. I'll be in touch. Till then.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbutton Castle. After dark. Do not tell anyone.
Piers Pemberton.
My demiguise statue.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're quite clever.
Oh, thank you. A lot of craftsmanship and care went into them. I assume.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl on your stationery.
Ah, well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
The statues are a form of bullying. You'll know better than him. Perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Alright, let's get rid of this Moon's quest.
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was a classmate of yours that you bullied, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, he had such flowing locks, and we used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Some people never change. Alright, while I was out going to do, what's his name? Sebastian's quest, I was by Irondale. Why is that floof highlighted? I was by Irondale and saw that there was a quest to do, so that's what we're gonna do.
Pardon me, sir.
Come to stare at the fool, have you? There's poor Ig Haggerty, robbed by his own sister. She's robbed almost everyone now. So, who's the fool?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
Then you're the only one who doesn't know about Catherine running off with that thief, Victor Rookwood and his lot. Good riddance, I said. Never thought she'd return to steal from me. Us. But I just know it was her. I want her caught and sent to Azkaban for stealing a prize family heirloom. Sister or no.
What exactly was the family heirloom that the thief stole?
A necklace. Belonged to the first of the Haggerty women. Hundreds of years old. So much history. She'll likely pawn it.
Why would Catherine come back to rob the hamlet if she'd already left?
Do I look like a criminal to you? How should I know? She always despised this place. Resented having to grow up here. Perhaps she did it to spite us.
Are you sure Catherine is the culprit? It could be anyone.
Thanks to that Rookwood louse, we're inundated with all manner of criminal. I wanted to believe it was any one of them, except Catherine. But she was the only one who knew where the heirloom was hidden, and she knew precisely which homes to rob.
I could keep an eye out for the thief, sir.
You? Ugh. Nothing to be done by the likes of us. This is a job for the fine officer Singer, or some such authority. Besides, the thief, my sister, only strikes at night. Coward.
It's
long past your bedtime.
It is nighttime.
I'd keep an eye on your belongings if I were you. Catherine will steal the eyebrows off your face, she will.
Now that it's night, I ought to look into this thievery business for Mr. Haggerty.
Oh, easy. They left a trail of coins for us. What a great thief.
More gold. I must be getting closer. A niffler. It wasn't Catherine Haggerty after all.
Leviosa.
the Niffler. Now to look for the Haggerty family heirloom. That must be the Haggerty family heirloom.
Such a mouthful. Haggerty family heirloom.
I have some good news, Mr. Haggerty. I unmasked your thief.
Nothing to unmask, was there? We all know that the thief was my sister, Catherine.
Actually, sir, the thief was a Niffler.
A what?
You know, small, furry, pilfering. I followed it to its lair.
Catelyn was the only one who knew how to get into our homes, where to find our treasures. But I suppose, mangy little blighter. Well, if you found the Niffler's lair, as you say, you must have found my heirloom.
As a matter of fact, I did.
Thank you. You don't know how much this means to me. Catherine's a disappointment for certain, but I never wanted to believe she was behind this. Now, thanks to you, I won't have to. What a strange world we live in. Suppose they can't send a Niffler to Azkaban. At least I got my heirloom back.
Alright, now we are going to go talk to the goblin.
Fret, Biscuit.
This
I
guy?
shall sort something out.
Hello.
Oh, I'm
Is
blurry.
something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf, Biscuit, was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but
Probably
I was no
because
match
I'm
for
near
them.
water.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
A mooncalf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed me one evening, wouldn't leave my side. Never thought I was one for a pet of any kind. But now I can't imagine life without her. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. But I've seen great depth of character in Biscuit. I wouldn't trade her for a hippogriff or a hippopotamus, or even a goose that lays golden eggs.
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garnuff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, I promise to reward you for your efforts. Do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are an unscrupulous lot.
I should try and rescue Garnuff's mooncalf. Sounds as if I'd need to head north to find those poachers.
Then head north we shall do. Oh, they're ready for Halloween. That's so pretty.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let
Revelio.
Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
To celebrate his union with Artemisia, Unit directed his greatest work, claimed to have been inspired by the Greek wizard Daedalus, the most magnificent he could ever create. All of the wedding guests were invited to venture into the maze in search of riches, ostensibly hidden therein. But the witches recognized something in union, so the story goes, and stayed back. Those who entered did not return. The terror did not end there, as many as 1,000 Scottish muggles met their end in the Blackwood maze that followed, enticed into its depths by the promise of gold. Is that what'll happen to me? Nope. I find the gold. Or an unidentified hand item.
Poachers! Garnuff was right then. I'd better be careful.
We're popping balloons at the moment, Isabella. Be careful in a minute.
Lucas, don't tell us.
No! Alright, Biscuit and friends.
Alohomora. Leviosa. All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garnuff, shall we?
Oh, I'm trying.
Arresto momentum. Leviosa.
Can't even see if I'm catching it, but you know what? It's all good. We're used to the water by now. We're running together!
Garneth, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
Biscuit is fine, as am I. I was able to rescue her without much incident.
Oh, mercy. Where poachers are concerned, I tend to expect the worst. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
Oh, that is a great weight off my mind. Oh, my sweet little Biscuit. My wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Alright, we've got the Irondale Piffler. Pilfer? Did we name it? No, you can't even read it. Ooh. Love what you did with the Great Hall.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
Ominous is right. Meddling in the dark arts is dangerous.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I understand. You needn't tell me if you don't want to.
If I were you, I'd be begging for more details.
It's not that I'm not interested, and you can certainly trust me if you want to tell me anything.
Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the
took the bait.
Cruciatus Curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus Curse, also known as the Torture Curse, inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous, he was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Yeah. Well, that is gonna do it for today, folks. We, as always, did a lot. Well, actually, I feel like today we didn't do that much. We finished the Daedalian Keys quest, finally. We finished Gladwin Moon quest, unlocked Alohomora 3, and now there's no block that we cannot break out there. Found the Irondale Piffler. We can now rescue beasts. We also got the vivarium open in our room of requirement. Did some stealing for a random man in Hogsmeade. And then we went to Feldcraft with Sebastian, and now we are learning about the scriptorium of Salazar Slytherin. So I guess we did do quite a bit. I want to thank you all for watching, and be on the lookout for part 11 coming soon to a YouTube near you. You can watch parts 1 through 9 on my channel. I have a playlist. And other than that, I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Peace.